Pilots and tankers, the moment you've all been waiting for is here. A big new update has come to our game, triumphantly escorted in by American ground vehicles. That's right, US tanks are the heroes of the 1.45 Steel Generals update. Sherman, Patton, Lee, Chaffee, Stewart, Walker. These are all legendary and heroic national generals whose names were traditionally given to American tanks. Apart from a new line of ground vehicles, the developers have introduced even more long-awaited updates. But first things first. Let's start with our winged vehicles. The main piece of good news for pilots is that every last plane has had its flight model updated to tournament standard. The mouse aiming instructor has also been improved. Feel the difference, as they say. War Thunder's damage model has also changed significantly. It is now far more detailed. In addition, aircraft wings now break off or get shot off with maximum realism in the precise spot where their surface took the damage. Of course, this update also brings us some new aircraft. The Land of the Rising Sun has received some new additions to its line. The Ki 43 Modification 3 with two 20mm engine cannons and the Mitsubishi J2M3 Glidon Fighter Interceptor. British Aviation has received the Canberra B Mark 6 with a gun pod containing 4 Hispano cannons. The aircraft has a pretty impressive ammunition and bomb complement. The Soviet I-16 series has accepted a hero of the Spanish Civil War into its ranks, the 10th modification of the Ishak. This plane had no equal until the Messerschmitt Bf-109 appeared on the side of the Francoists. The carrier-based F-2H-2 Banshee has taken its rightful place among American jets at rank 5, and the German jet-powered Arado bomber has changed significantly. Our artists have made a new 3D model for this aircraft. Let's move on to the most important information. Update 1.45 starts a unique project. For the first time in the project's history, we invite players to take part in a most important stage of development. Alongside you, the players, we will tune and launch the US Armored Vehicles branch into open testing. 6 of them have already been tested and are available to play. We would like to thank deeply every one of you who took part in Dev Server Testing Opening. The rest of the vehicles will be tuned in closed beta and will be released step by step. Every few days, several new tanks will be introduced. Follow the official news to learn how to get into closed beta testing. You will be able to follow the development in real time and even take part in it. During the next month, testers will share their impressions of the new ground vehicles branch. Developers will share their opinion and news of the development process. Players will enjoy new tanks in the game. Now, we will tell you what closed beta testing members will see. And of course it is American tanks. Almost 3 dozen of them. Many of these powerful units might be called the most threatening of all. Let's take a look. Here's the T-32, a heavy tank with reinforced armor. The frontal projection of this armor reaches a thickness of 300 millimeters. This is the strongest armor in our game. This is the M103. Its standard armor-piercing non-subcaliber shell is capable of stopping any opponent. The M103 possesses the most powerful cannon in War Thunder, not counting ship-mounted cannons. Give it a warm welcome. The most successful and mass-produced tank of the 40s, second only to the Soviet T-34, is considered to be the M4 Sherman. Between February 1942 and July 1945, nearly 40,000 of them were made. Update 1.45 brings several modifications of this legendary tank for players to command. Another extremely interesting tank is the M41 Walker Bulldog. The tank received the name and nickname of the famous American general Walton Harris Walker. Don't be too concerned by the tank's light classification. It's an armored race car capable of reaching speeds of up to 72 kilometers an hour. armed with a deadly 76mm M32 cannon. This is going to be a tank to have some fun with. The 20-ton M41 is capable of tearing apart any enemy. It moves ridiculously fast, and its turret spins at a lightning speed for quick flanking operations and attacks from the rear. You're unlikely to find a better tank than this. Now, on to some other important changes in Update 1.45. Let's start with a new feature for those who like teamwork. You now have the ability to give a helping hand in the form of a special tow cable, which can be used to tow a damaged comrade to a safe place for repairs. The same cable can be used to turn your teammate's overturned tank back onto its tracks. You can also use it to drag out allies stuck in ditches or trenches. Moreover, you can now help with repairs too. Help your friends repair more quickly. It'd take hours to talk about all the changes in 1.45, which is time you'd probably prefer to spend in the game, seeing all the changes for yourself. So, we'll add just a few more notes. Previously, this ability was used in the same way modern unmanned drones are used. For scouting, players activated the artillery strike ability to observe where their opponents were hiding behind cover. Now, artillery strikes are called using the map. Anti-aircraft weapons on armored vehicles can now be used. Use them against aircraft or to destroy obstacles in order to reach the enemy. New in-game maps have been added. Battle of Moscow for air battles, and for global tank and aircraft battles, the White Stone Fortress and Eastern Europe maps. That's all for now. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Visit the War Thunder site, the forum, and War Thunder Live. And of course, our social network pages. Good hunting.